Hello and welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network, where real recognizes real. This is the Cookout Podcast, and we're going to talk about what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling. You're muted.
Hey, y'all.
I would say yes, excited to be here. How y'all doing? Welcome everyone that joining us live. Please post your comments, like, subscribe. Please chime in. We are going to be talking about Pro Wrestling Illustrated, PWI's top 500 men, top 150 women's list, and Rightous Reg's top 500 Black Wrestlers list. But first, I want to tell everybody a little something. I went to a Defy show, Defy Wrestling in Seattle, and I got to see a couple amazing wrestlers. I saw Davey Richards wrestle in person, which was really cool. I got to see Ortiz in a small, little 10-man battle royal, which was pretty cool. And then I got to see Minoru Suzuki wrestle Tom Lawler, and I want to share with you all this amazing clip. So let's see if I can get it going here. All right, check this out.
Kill him!
Shut up!
Is that not the nastiest thing you ever heard?
Oh, man.
And I was like 10 feet away from that. Was me yelling, kill him, if you couldn't tell. That was my friend filming it, and then he sent me that. Yeah. No, it was amazing. When his song hit, I mean, there must have only been maybe 350 people in the whole place. So it was pretty cool. It was a pretty bucket list experience for sure. So that was really cool. Did you guys watch NXT?
Yeah.
Before the show? Anything interesting happen?
We got to hear Ava Raine speak some more.
What did she say? Anything of interest?
Putting over the schism.
I didn't hear. Did she talk well? I don't really know anything about her.
Real well.
Does she?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Joe Gacy talks well, but... Whew.
Yep.
I don't know if this has ever happened to y'all, but like you see your friend's mom getting ready to get your friend, and you just already know it's gonna hurt. That's what that clip was for me. Like, oh. Yeah, that's gonna be painful. And no, I don't watch NXT. I watch the streams about NXT. I can't watch NXT. I refuse to watch NXT. So yeah, that's where we're at.
Blue says, "What's up, y'all? What's up, Blue?" You already know.
So tomorrow we got Samoa Joe versus Brian Cage.
That should be a very good match. I'm all in for that. I like both guys.
Do y'all think that Samoa Joe could yeet Brian Cage?
Can beat Brian? Oh, yeet Brian Cage. Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
I don't think either of them could yeet each other.
Yeah.
I feel like Samoa Joe could do it though if he hits him with enough force. He could do it.
Yeah, maybe it's going to be a slobber knocker for sure. Mm-hmm. They both are pretty stiff. They both move well. They both have good moveset. I like them both. I think Brian Cage is underrated. I like Brian Cage. I mean, I don't,
We got the Sands of Time this Saturday, right?
Sands of Time. Yes.
Is it not Sands of Time?
I don't know what it's called. Crown Jewel.
Oh.
Crown Royal?
Crown Royal, yeah.
Don't do that to Crown Royal. Crown Royal is tasty and it serves a purpose.
Yeah, you can't compare.
Crown Jewel also serves a purpose, but it's just money.
My bullet.
Do y'all think they're gonna have Mansoor?
I'm sure. I would imagine
I
so.
don't think he. I don't. If he does it, I think he'll be Mansoor. I don't think they can do the Mansoor character. I
Neat
it would
neat thing about bullet bourbon, it'll fit in your pocket.
Miss Anika, who will be joining us in just a few minutes here, she's running a little bit late, says not yet, but I would
Not
love
so easy to do
Joe-
that with a bottle of Jack.
for Joe to do a suicide dive on Cage. Yeah.
Is Cage safe enough to do that? Well, let me phrase that. Is Brian Cage safe enough to do that? Because Christian Cage is.
I don't know. Does Brian Cage have a reputation of being injuring people or not being a good worker? I haven't heard that.
He just has a reputation of his wife talking for him.
Well, yes.
That's, that's about it.
A lot of guys are guilty of that, though. Unfortunately.
Really?
Right?
Brian Cage isn't a talker, but
Which is funny because he's not terrible. Like, there's a lot worse
he
promos
looks
out
good
there.
and he moves good.
His promos aren't
I
bad. There's worse promos out there.
I can say Brian Cage. He looks good and he moves good.
Hey, I don't know. There might be like one or two bad promos, but I never buy Brian Cage because when he talks, y'all remember like the first Mortal Kombat,
Mm-hmm.
the person with like the arms. That's what Brian Cage reminds me of when he does a promo. And I know
I
he
can see
doesn't
that.
mean to, but
That's funny.
He definitely should have a mouthpiece for him.
yeah.
And is Prince Nana going to be doing the talking?
Yes, for sure. He's always going to be doing the talking for the embassy, or the bulk of it.
I say let Powerhouse Hobbs have the mic.
Yeah, once he's actually on the screen with them all. Yeah, for sure.
Now he has grown a lot in the
Hobbs
ring.
can-
On the mic.
Yeah, Hobbs can talk now.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel
Yeah,
like
no,
he
you
could, but he needed the character to go with it. It was like
and the confidence. You can tell, like, it takes doing a couple good promos where you don't get panned, where people are like, "Oh, that was a good promo. Yeah, he did a good job." And then all of a sudden, it's like the next time you're rolling a little bit easier and it's a little smoother, and before you know, you kind of get in the groove and you get that confidence working, and that's really what that's all about. Because you have it, right? I mean, most of these guys have it. You didn't get to either AEW or WWE at this point without having some sort of skills, right? So you
But
just
hey.
have to have the confidence to let them shine.
What?
Hobbs and Cage back together again.
There you go. Yeah.
Mhm.
No Ricky Starks in the middle.
Where's
No Taz in the background.
And
Prince Nana.
instead they have Gates of Agony.
and Prince Nana instead of Taz. Which honestly, I like Taz better than Prince Nana, but Taz was not overly like involved either. Like Prince Nana is going to actually be like a manager, whereas Taz was just kind of like a.
This
I don't
looks
even
like a
know
solid
what he
group.
was.
He kind of fell back after like the first few, like after Cage left, he kind of fell back,
Yeah.
and it worked better that way.
So did y'all want to do predictions for Sons of Time?
Yeah, we could do predictions for Saudi Arabia.
I have no idea what's happening on that show.
We might want to wait and see if Anika has predictions or picks. What did I just drop my? Hold on.
So I assume you all heard about Kevin Owens.
What happened?
How it seems like they have nothing going on with him right now.
Mhm.
Apparently that's because they put his story on pause because his story was to involve getting together with Sammy. And the Sammy stuff with the bloodline's been so good, they're like, nah, that's on hold. Sorry, Kev. Your story's on hold. We want to roll with this for a while.
It's not funny when it is
Yeah, it is quite funny. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for Kevin Owens, but that's funny.
I could have told them that was gonna happen. Anybody with any sense would know what's gonna happen.
If they were to add him now, I only see one way to do it.
Which is
basically go out there and beg Roman, just give me the match. I've gotten the closest. Give me the rematch. Let me try one more time. If you beat me again, I'll fall in line. I'll acknowledge the tribal chief. I see that the only way that they can put Kevin in there right now.
Yeah. Anika says KO needs to be more Usi.
Yo, if that word really means what they're saying, it means, I really need y'all to stop using that word. Because it's hard to keep a face that's straight.
KO could be the Usiest. Just give him a chance.
That's funny.
So let's just I'll run down the card round Jewel.
Okay.
You have Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul. Yeah. The OC versus the Judgment Day. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross.
Again.
Again.
Braun Strowman versus Omos. I don't even know how to pronounce this man's name.
Which hopefully will be entertaining.
God damn it. Belair versus Bailey. The Usos versus the Brawling Brutes. Alexa Bliss and Asuka versus Damage Control.
Blue, I'm gonna ban you. You keep ruining the show. You keep breaking CM and ruining the show. You're gonna be banned from the chat.
Okay, I'm not gonna break no more, Blue. That was your one.
All right. Well, let's see. So start with the big elephant in the room. I imagine nobody here thinks that Logan Paul is beating Roman Reigns, right?
I do.
You really do?
Yes, because for no other reason, just chaos.
Chaos.
I don't even want that to happen. I don't understand why this match is happening.
I live for chaos. I strive for it. It is what fuels me. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
They shouldn't do it. And because they shouldn't do it, they're going to do it in Saudi Arabia. They're going to fly back here and just act like it never happened.
Yeah, if that happens, oh no.
Is that how you spell that? No.
The Usi Brutes? What the fuck? What is ham fat? What the hell?
I think that she's trying not to cuss or use me. Hell effing no.
Ham fat.
But yes.
Oh my god. All right, so let's see. I'm sorry. What was the other matches again? The Usos versus the Brutes?
The OC versus Judgment Day.
What do you guys think?
I'm gonna go with the OC.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could go either way. I mean, I don't. I mean, I think the OC seems to be a little bit maybe on the burner than Judgment Day, but I don't know. Judgment Day just came off a fairly big win, and I don't know. Who knows? They get a lot of promo time and a lot of TV time. Judgment Day. I can see Judgment Day winning so that they continue to be pushed.
Gallows and Anderson just came back.
Yeah.
I'm thinking OC just because of the relationship with New Japan. Like they would have to justify him that show.
So in other words, Carl Anderson shouldn't take the pin in Saudi Arabia in lieu of being in
Yeah.
the
Let Luke Gallows take the pin in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, I'll try. I'm going to try and see it from Carl Anderson's mindset here. Okay, so I have to vacate the title, and I go to Saudi again, which was miserable the last time, and I'm losing. How much money am I making?
He needs a second pool. And did he vacate the championship? I thought he didn't.
Say that again?
Did he vacate the championship?
Not yet.
Yeah. So he's probably like, I'll take the money from Saudi, get another pool, then I'll get the money from New Japan, and have extra money.
All right, as usual, coming in hot. The fourth workhorse, Miss Anika. How's it going?
I'm tired.
Same, girl. Same. That's because Sammy don't be reading your comments. I make the mistake of reading the comments. That is my error. That's my
break list.
I laugh at everything, so.
I'm before Sammy though.
He says.
Replay the tape. I don't believe that. Replay the tape.
Replay the tape. All right, so let's see. Anika, who you have for Judgment Day versus Bullet Club at Saudi Crown Jewel?
All right. So Judgment Day is on a roll, like a good roll, right? And I don't want to derail that because we needed to still go this way. But I like they have a good emphasis on that.
I don't know. I'm trying to see. Hold on for a second. Give me one.
Bullet Club. Gotta go with Bullet Club. We got it. Come on.
Let me get there.
Sammy's lobbying for Bullet Club.
Let me get there. I like.
CM is too.
Blue says you be giggling, Anika.
Like, I like the emphasis on Rhea Ripley is the problem. We can't beat anybody if Rhea's in there. Asuka came back, and low-key, I wanted her to join the Bullet Club, a.k.a. the OC, to face Judgment Day. But, she got a title, so they can't do that no more. So, I'm still holding out for a Japanese New Japan wrestler to help the OC. And if that happens at Crown Jewel, and I think it's going to.
If I was fantasy booking, that is what I would do.
Right?
Who?
They need. I wanted
But who?
Asuka.
Well, not Juice Robinson.
Like, I don't know contracts or anything like that, but another person would be Kairi Sane.
You could probably get Chris Bay.
We need a woman.
Huh?
I mean, I like Chris.
woman.
I thought you were saying for Carl Anderson to defend his title.
No.
To join the Bullet Club.
The Rhea problem.
Oh, the Rhea problem. Okay.
Yeah,
So we're looking at like a female to join the Bullet Club.
Right. So like if they can get that person, dream match whoever you want. And I think they should because like don't prolong this. Hit that Crown Jewel. So I'm gonna go with Bullet. I'm gonna go with OC, also known as Bullet Club, AJ Styles, and the Good Brothers.
All right. What's the next match, CM?
Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley.
If Bobby Lashley don't win, I am so serious. I'm tired of this. I'm sorry to go. I've already came here, but no.
We already know that Brock Lesnar beats black champions.
Not even that.
Every time.
He's not a champion.
No, I'm saying Brock beats every time someone black has a title.
So hold on. Here's my thought. Here's my thought process, right? Brock is gonna be scheduled to win, but he gonna do something that pisses Bobby off, and Bobby gonna forget. that
Going to business
Brock
for himself.
win, and Bobby is gonna let all his frustration of Brock dipping and dodging him for years and bust that man in the face. And then when they come back over here, they act like it never happened. That's the way to do it.
But Saudi's a different show. Saudi is a whole nother universe by itself. So I'm not expected to have continual storylines in a long-term storybook. And I don't expect it. So since we're in its own universe, let Bobby beat Brock.
Yeah. No, I agree.
He just want to talk to him. He just want to be outside. He ain't gonna hit him like that. He just want to talk to him. They just gonna have a conversation.
Who says Brock out here beating black men like he
Okay.
works on the plantation?
Okay, I am.
I'm gonna say is that Wesley is lucky that Brock don't want the North American title.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
I got money that says Wesley's wife could take Brock Lesnar.
No, I mean, I hope Bobby wins, and if they're smart, Bobby wins and retains. But it's Brock, and WWE, so I'm afraid that
It's Brock and it's Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, fuck.
Like low key, if Brock did not have this reputation, that I really think people don't see it until the last black man say something. This is a good match. It really is. I like Cowboy Brock. I love Bobby Lashley. Just a suited up, beat him down, go home. So
the only problem is we want Bobby to win, and we don't think he's gonna win.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's gonna win.
I'm going for Bobby Lashley.
Bobby's going to win.
I'll pick Bobby, but I think Brock's gonna win. But I'll pick Bobby.
In the words of the great Bobby Shmurda, it's Bobby, bitch. And you dropping bodies.
I'm picking Brock, but I'm not happy about it.
Fuck Brock.
Lou says Triple H giving Bobby the win would be his way of making up for Booker T fiasco.
I will take that. I will take that. Yes, Paul,
give us all the reparations that we can get. Yes.
Like, yes, you know what else you could do, Paul? You could give Kofi back that belt. Make Xavier's King of the Ring shit mean something. And then allow Xavier to do whatever he wants to do because he's that damn great. Like
when Big E gets better, and he's gonna get better, I'm gonna will it to happen. Finally, New Day triple threat at WrestleMania. Finally.
We're not asking for a lot, Paul. We're not asking for a lot.
No, I never the mind. It's not over here. It's in here.
It's not like we asking you to come on screen and apologize to Trinity and Mercedes for making old boy say what he said. That's not what we're asking for.
And that wasn't even and he wasn't even there. We want you to apologize, but he wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying?
We just ask for little things, bro. Just little. Actually, matter of fact, you could take Booker T off commentary and put Byron Saxton back with Graves, and it would be like an improvement because Corey Graves by himself, it just doesn't work.
Put Byron back with Corey, because I like the Irish dude. He trying, but he wasn't ready for this. Byron
be reading Corey on the low, so you know we here. So.
Right?
Hi Hassan. Yeah, it was Blue. It was fun watching Xavier. He was so happy. You know, the times that he would get the bad news while he was like on the way to that or that. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, what's the next match?
Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross.
Again, as Sammy said before. Again. Yeah, I don't
think it matters who wins.
It doesn't.
We all lose.
I was gonna say, at this point, can they both lose?
And it's a steel cage match. Yeah.
Honestly, no finish to this match. Have Bray come in and attack them both.
Have Bray come in and attack them both. Yeah, hey, I'm fine with that.
They still go right after this, so they might as well have a finish.
That's as good as anything. I mean, that's as
And
good as
it's
anything
so
I can think of
crazy to
happening.
go from Clash the Castle, where a chunk of people thought Drew was going to win, to now this thing that feels longer than it should, like it needs to be. Like, please let this end. At Crown Jewel, please let this in, please.
Yeah.
I don't
It's time to move
understand.
on. It's over.
Speaking of
It's time to
moving
move on.
Braun Strowman versus almost another
Uh,
Almost a superhero.
This could be the worst match of the year, potentially.
could be.
I mean, on paper it is. On paper it is. We'll have to see what it actually looks like in the ring.
It
But
could be fun.
I'm kind of curious
Where
just to
could
see.
be
It feels
fun?
like a train wreck. Like I don't really
Where?
want to look away.
MVP.
So I want to know where this seems like it could be anything fun.
They need to pay MVP a bonus. Get some hurt. Get Sheldon Benjamin a bonus. Get Cedric Alexander a bonus.
I don't know.
All them get very influential in this match.
I'm saying give us 90 seconds of high impact, big meaty men slapping meat sort of thing.
Exactly.
90 seconds, it's over. Just
definitely
it could be that could be fun.
Almost is so plotting it takes him 90 seconds to do anything though. Like he doesn't do anything faster.
It's gonna end up with everybody tearing their quads in the ring. That's what it's gonna end up with. Everybody.
Like less than 5 minutes, please. Do not try to extend this to prove a point. Less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5. Less than 1.
But who do you actually think wins in less than 1 minute?
I think
it's going to be almost. I mean, it makes more sense for Braun, but they're pushing almost. So I don't know. Like I just
pushing almost to what?
I don't know. That's a good question. But they seem to want to push him towards something. I don't know. I mean, he's won a couple times, and they're making him look like a big tough guy that's can't be beaten. So if he puts Braun down, it just adds to his whole.
I honestly think they're pushing him for this match. Like this is the only thing that's in the future. It was for this match, and then we're done.
Now that you say that, I don't think you're wrong. I think that this would help Omos more than it would hurt Braun.
Yeah.
But again, like I don't want to see Omos being pushed to anything else. Like I don't want the US title on him. I don't want him versus Walter. I don't want him in the Royal Rumble. I want this to be done. Free MVP. Free MVP. This should not be the last. This should not be his golden years.
I agree with that.
MVP retire around this foolishness. Break it off. Give MVP someone else before he retires. Because this is foolishness.
Here's the thing.
He tried. It didn't work.
I think I'd like him better if he was in a tag team. Just not AJ Styles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe. If MVP was managing Omos and somebody else, and they would wrestle together and wrestle singles as well, and he just managed them both, I'd be cool with that.
But you know what I went to when you said that? Jay Lethal in his little group. It's like, no.
Right. Yeah, I just think almost needs to go away. It would
have worked. But I've already seen the storyline somewhere else, and I don't want to see it again.
I mean,
it won't work. Can we please? I can't think about this match anymore.
All right, move on. Let's move on.
This is nightmares. Please let Bray Wyatt come and just
Bray Wyatt's the answer.
He's just gonna come and recruit them both to the Wyatt Six,
and then just drop them in a black hole.
Like in every match that sucks.
Okay.
We believe in Bray Wyatt and Joe Hendry.
Last woman standing match: Bianca Belair versus Bayley. And it's for the belt.
And this
This
is a rubber match, right? They're 1-1, right? Isn't that
This
right?
is
Yeah.
probably going to be a match of the night.
Yeah.
I'm
On
very
paper, it looks like
interested
match tonight.
because I'm very surprised they took the belts off of Io and Dakota so fast, especially right before Crown Jewel.
I was kind of surprised to see that too. I was really surprised.
I have a scenario that I don't think they're gonna go with, but it could work. So Bianca beat Crazy Nikki last Monday, right? I would love for Crazy Nikki to join Damage Control and Bailey finally get the title. Storyline wise, that would make sense. That would make sense for the beatdown for because when they like you brought Nikki back, right? Everybody was like hyped up, and you let Bianca beat her right afterwards. I didn't like. I love Bianca, but I didn't think that was the right move. So this could save everybody in that scenario.
I don't know why I give him the platform. I should not.
Why?
I don't know.
Because
it makes
never mind.
Bailey.
I have it.
because it makes me laugh. And I don't know. I can't help myself.
That's not how you spell Bailey or Jerkins before you start,
I understand.
get your spelling correct.
I understand the joke.
I have bad impulse control.
Back to the point. I feel like Nikki does work better when she works in a group and not as a solo act.
Yeah. And while we're waiting for what's homeboy's name that's in Impact?
I don't think Eric Young's coming back.
You don't. I would love for Sanity to come back. That really low key was a banger group.
I don't think Eric Young really enjoyed his experience over there too much.
With Vince.
No, and he's a main star in Impact. I don't know that he gets the same treatment in WWE.
With Vince though.
Yeah, but still,
Eric's Young's point was, how do you not have 5 minutes for Eric Young? That's why he wants to be in Impact.
Yeah.
Triple H does though.
Maybe, but maybe I don't know. Maybe even then, he's not going to be wrestling Roman Reigns or for the titles. Where as an Impact, he's a main dude. So.
I believe in
no
terms, Lee. I'm
no.
That almost worked.
Right.
That almost worked
Ray
though.
is still running that. It is always Bully Ray. Second in Eric Young.
Eric Young is trying to get as many people TV time as he can. So,
I thought Bailey was gonna win Saudi Arabia, but with Damage Control losing the tag team titles, now I'm questioning it. I think Bianca wins. I'm not totally sure why they would do that, but I think Bianca wins. I want Bianca to win. I'd rather Bianca win.
Last woman standing, and physically, Bianca has proven that she can take most anything, including all three of them. So I do think Nikki will come over or be a factor, and I think Bailey wins.
The only woman on the roster I see beating Bianca for the title is Rhea Ripley.
Interesting.
I want that for WrestleMania. I do, but
I don't think Bianca's losing the title until then, unless Sasha comes back.
But I do want Bailey to have a better storyline. So it's like, maybe Bianca can get it back like a Royal Rumble. That's enough time for Bailey to be a champion, or Elimination Chamber. That's after Royal Rumble. Yeah. No, I would love Rhea versus Bianca though.
Well, next year? Are they doing Chamber next year?
I believe they are, because it's in Montreal. It's in Canada.
Oh yeah. The initials make me very uncomfortable because it sounds like the initials for venereal disease, but
I thought that's what that was. What does BBD stand for?
Violent by design.
If it's
What I say in the comments last Thursday, that's what I said. I'm like, I'm sorry. Violent by design.
standing.
But the what you call it? The The abbreviation needs some work though. You need to put something up in there.
If it's in Canada, maybe Trish comes back for a match.
Oh God, no! Y'all stop trying to book that woman beyond her time.
Here's the thing: it was not supposed to be Trish versus Charlotte. I don't know why Vince thought that's what we wanted. No one wanted that. We wanted Trish versus Charlotte. Trish versus Sasha. That's what we wanted. In the Royal Rumble, that's what got the pop. I don't know if he heard something like his ears got crossed with his eyes. I'm not sure what happened, but that's what we wanted.
Vince said y'all gonna take Trish however he gives her to y'all, and you're gonna like it. That's what Vince has said. But also, I don't know, man. She needs to stay away. She could be a manager. Let her be a manager.
I think Charlotte needs a complete overhaul.
Ooh, yeah.
I think she needs to come back a completely different person. And I'd be down for her joining with the OC here to fight Judgment Day.
No! Sorry.
I could see that.
But not Charlotte as like that, like just a more Ashley. Give us Ashley, not Charlotte.
Okay, but hear me out. Hear me out.
Ashley the one getting drunk at her mama's house. No.
What if you put Charlotte and Andrade together as like the power couple? Like they just want to beat up everybody. And they might hire like hench people to deal with like the lower things or whatever. And just play into her, her douchey face.
I mean, there's a couple problems with that, but yeah, that would work.
I like that. I'll be down with that.
Might have to wait a couple years for that to happen, but yeah.
Look, I don't like Charlotte. I don't like Ashley. I don't like her, period. I don't want her back in WWE. I think she's overrated. So yeah, I don't know. I will say I respect her character, and I think she has grown. As much as everybody hypes her up to be, hell no. But has she grown? Yes. Do I think she has the chops to pull off being herself on camera? No. No. And who else do you put though? Okay, I don't want a woman to debut in Saudi Arabia. The hell with the OC. That's my only issue and my only pushback with that. Because then it's kind of always that.
And you need that pop. If
it's not Charlotte, who else is it going to be? Liv Morgan?
God, I hope not.
Why are you saying these words? No.
Who else is it going to be? Those are the two options.
Probably someone from Japan. Somebody let's go in that scenario.
Are they going to bring back Kairi Sane? I mean,
I want that more. That makes more sense.
I don't know.
I would love that. I don't think Kairi Sane's happening.
Yeah.
But I would love that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's happening.
Come on.
Blue says, make it the Stallion, Nikita Lyons. Put her with the OC. Moving right along. What's the next match?
Boy, smoking some good weed. The Usos versus the Brawling Brutes for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship.
When was this match made?
That's a good question.
I watched last week's SmackDown. When was this done?
I don't know.
On SmackDown Talk?
On SmackDown Talk.
Friday morning show nobody watches.
It might have been made on Twitter.
It was made on Twitter.
That's worse.
Either way, so I assume the Usos will probably retain, but I'd like to see the Brutes win just for something different. I like the Brutes, and just to shake it up a little bit. I feel like either the Usos or the New Day have been champion for fucking 20 years. It feels like it's been one of those two teams have been tag team champions of whatever there is to be tag team champions of for who knows how fucking long. So I'm just ready for someone else to be champions.
It was made on WWE.com in an article.
That's
Okay.
worse than Twitter.
It's worse.
That's worse than Twitter.
I think it's going to be the Usos.
It's definitely the Usos.
Of course it is.
I just personally feel some type of way. Like, how is Sammy going to be an honorary Us and only Solo Sikoa is going to be back with him because he's not allowed to go to Saudi Arabia? What kind of Usos are these people?
Oh
When they couldn't go to Great Britain or whatever, Sammy wasn't there.
Why wasn't? Oh, it's fine.
I don't think anybody's actually said that Sammy can't go.
No, it's because of his heritage. He can't go in the country.
Really?
Because
I thought Sammy didn't want to go.
No,
After that whole,
But I think I watched an interview and Sammy said that no one specifically told him he couldn't, but that he doesn't.
Interesting.
I think a gaggle of people didn't want to go after that whole kidnapped on the plane scenario, where like
allegedly.
okay, allegedly.
Well, and then today, in all seriousness, today there was some sort of in the national news something about Iran. They came across some sort of statement about them wanting to lodge an attack against Saudi Arabia. And I don't know if that happens at all in connection with having an American program like WWE in town or not. But yeah, there was a little, so who knows? Hopefully nothing ever happens, but.
And hopefully it'll be okay.
Never know. So everyone's got the Usos?
Yeah. Like, I know, I dig what you're saying about the Brawling Brutes, but I think the bigger story is Usos versus the New Day when they break their record. It's the record. So that's the bigger story. Let the New Day try to let the New Day try to defend their longest reigning record. I want to see that.
Is Sheamus good? Is he hurt or anything?
No, he got married.
Yeah, I think
he said he needed his own for his wife.
I wanted to see that when you saw gathering of AEW.
How much time you think he taken off?
Have you seen his wife?
We gonna get butt
all the time,
man.
In that case, Usos are winning.
That's why.
If Sheamus was coming back soon, they could work it in, and then they could have a big old match at Survivor Series. But if Sheamus isn't coming back for a while, they're not winning the titles. They're not holding those titles without Sheamus around.
Yeah.
We're going to give them a month.
A month of just the two of them without Sheamus.
Yeah. Give them a month to go half on the baby. That's it.
How weird would that be if Sheamus comes back and is like, hey, what's happened since I've been gone? Well, we won the titles. Oh, cool. We lost the titles. Oh. Is that the story we want to go with?
No.
It's WWE, so
they've done worse.
They've done worse. That's their tagline.
Katie Vick.
All right. Are there any more matches?
Incest. Yeah, of course. Duh. For the women's tag team title belts, we have Asuka and Alexa Bliss versus Damage Control. How could you forget this great match that was just made today?
On WWE.com, wasn't it?
No, that was actually made. I think they was that against Ultra.
This is now forever. We've done worse.
No, they demanded a rematch apparently.
So this could go either way. So here we could either have
women's
Bayley win.
tag division is struggling.
We could have Bayley win tonight and Damage Control win, and Dakota and whatchamacallit win again, right? Dakota and Io win, and Damage Control. All three of them could have titles again after Saudi Arabia. Or we could have them all lose and just be spiraling more into madness as a group where they become even more out there, I guess. I'm not sure what the purpose of that would be, but I assume the purpose is to put all the belts on them at some point, i.e., bloodline style. But
Yeah.
how long are they going to wait to do that?
I like this is not a good excuse, but I feel as though this storyline was made for Bianca and Becky. Like you saw SummerSlam, them two stand toe to toe with them, right? And then they got hurt, and it feels like because that little what you call it out of place part of the storyline, they've been dragging this. It's been a whole lot of stuff that didn't need to happen. I don't know why, but yeah, it feels like because Becky's not there, they've been prolonging and not doing a good job with the storyline. And hopefully after Saudi, everything will be back in place. Everything will be back on track for the storylines that need to be focused on.
Right.
I thought they said that they had planned for it to be Bianca and Becky, and then after, around this time is when it was going to transition into more Bayley versus Bianca.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Because so instead of that makes more sense because you see now Bianca is just beating people in too many times, and if Becky was here, she could have took those L's before we got to Bayley versus Bianca, which made much more sense. It would make this long-term storyline better, like way better.
But that's why you also invest in your women's roster so that at any point in time if something like that happens, because if you do work in an industry that's prone to injury, you have to quickly heat up.
Cause like I said, I get it to a point. Like you have this shouldn't have there you go. That's the word I was looking for. This shouldn't have not derailed your storyline this much. In my honest opinion, it shouldn't have done it this much. But hopefully, because next one is War Games. Now War Games is on it. War Games should be on the popping. Like after Saudi, everything should be in place. So like I said, after this, hopefully we get this back on track.
Yep.
Anybody else have anything else about? Is it called Sands of Time?
It's not.
I don't think it was
going to be. That was actually on the table of titles, and thankfully someone had enough wherewithal to say no. Let's not call it that.
So what is it actually called? Anything?
It's called Crown Jewel.
It's just called Crown Jewel. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on to our main topic, which are these lovely lists.
Which one do we want to talk about first?
To look at them.
So, for the people in the back, can someone explain what is the P? I don't even know the word abbreviation. The PW, who is the person making this list? Why?
I believe it's made by votes from the people who subscribe to the illustrated issues. Sign up and then you get to read their stuff and you get to fill out voter questionnaires and send it in.
Oh.
So it's a magazine
I believe that's how it's done.
Whole thing.
Yeah, I believe that's how it's done.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, PWI is Pro Wrestling Illustrated, and they're definitely a magazine. They've been around for a long time, and so they've been,
Thank you, PWI.
What I didn't know is how they solicited or who actually made the selections.
I could be wrong about that, but I believe that the readers are a part of.
I know they have a criteria that they're supposed to use in making the lists, which include win-loss record,
yes,
and technical ability, influence on the sport,
caliber of opponent,
success against the highest grade of competition, and success against the most diverse competition, and activity. And by activity, they mean how often you're actually, performing or whatever, wrestling, consistently. So, and I guess the criteria for this 2022 list is from July 1 of 2021 through June 30th of 2022. So it is a little while
That's
ago
another issue. Like,
that it
really?
ended.
That
Yeah.
last criteria that you said is
Yeah.
the biggest one of where I'm like, really? When I read their list, really? They passed on that?
Like, some
So-
got slept off on. Like, some of them.
So do we want to start? Do you want to start with the men or the women? The men was a while ago, and a lot of people have already kind of talked about it. So maybe we just touch briefly on the men, and then the women just came out like 2 days ago. So maybe we can talk a little bit more about them. But on the men, which you guys probably already know,
John Moxley should have been higher.
Well, yeah, we
Yeah.
know that. But let's see. They had. I've got him here. Let me see here. For the
Why
men,
is he in number 3?
what?
Who?
Why is Punk Hatfield in his where he's at? Why is
Yeah.
Punk he had how many matches? 2? Wait,
Now,
what? Maybe 4?
Now, before he broke his ankles and ate his feelings on national television, he was bringing in a bunch of money. We can't disclaim it.
The cutoff for that is June, right?
June 30th, the end of June. Yes.
That's another thing. It's for 2022. So why we cut June to January to December? That's why this list.
Well, they also do another list at the end of the year where it's of that actual year, but this is of a physical. Yes, they do too. End of year and of the year.
Like,
Okay.
like half a year, but the end is the actual.
Yeah.
So the top 5 they had were number 1 was Roman Reigns, number 2 was Okada, number 3 was CM Punk, number 4 was Adam Page, and number 5 was Bobby Lashley. Which, I mean, you can argue, I guess, with all of them. CM Punk's probably the one that's least deserving on that list, in my opinion.
Honestly, number 4 too.
Adam Page. Yeah, I mean, Adam Page is a little higher. I mean, I think Adam Page is probably a little higher than he should be. I mean, if you're talking about John Moxley being at number 12, that's yeah. I mean, if it were me, I'd probably be swapping Adam Page and John Moxley.
I'm coming everybody. I'm sorry, this sucks.
Wait, hold up. You got Moxley. You have in that same company
Sami Zayn,
Pat, Henson. You have
Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, Bryan
we get that Mox was gone 3 months, but he should be way higher on that list. Even
that's
being
the only time he's had off. Any other time, he's supposed to be on vacation. Bert can't go on vacation. He had to go get his wife hired so that they could be together.
Ospreay's on the list. This is trash. I'm sorry.
That's some dumb shit. He can't leave.
Trash.
That's for that long. He should be number 1. He should be number 1 with a cape and a crown. Number 1 for all eternity. Just off the strength of that.
Let's talk about that for a second. He was working so much and couldn't get any time off that now Renee's in the company too.
She's like, forget it.
Just so they can be together. Do you know how, you saw on Wednesday how tired she looked at Eddie Kingston? You know they always together cracking jokes on her. You know her feelings is hurt right now.
Who's watching the baby? That's what I want to know.
It is 500
Who
people.
can watch the baby?
So it is a list of 500 people. So Ospreay is on here, but he's down at number 27.
Okay. You also can't say top 500 men because number 50 is Trisha Dora.
Oh yeah, that's weird. It's supposed to be. I thought it was.
It's top 500 now because some of these folks don't identify as simply male. So
okay.
To get rid of.
Okay. No offense.
But they did also put out a top 100.
Hold up. Before you say what you go say, remember we're trying to get monetized at some point.
Oh no, ain't nothing like that. But top 500. I feel some kind of way if I don't make top 500. Like a top 100, I got New Japan, got AAA, got AEW, got WWE, but top 500? I'm sorry. If you didn't make top 500,
Hold on.
so much to life.
How is Moose higher ranked than Wheeler Yuta?
So that's what I was going to get to. So there's some things on here that are very interesting. Like,
how is Moose higher ranked than Mike Bailey? How is he higher ranked? God, I hate him. Chris Jericho.
He's higher ranked.
I guess
Jay
whoever
White.
makes these lists wasn't a fan of Wheeler Yuta with the best friends.
He's also higher ranked than Jay White or Will Ospreay, which is ridiculous.
See, that's why this whole half the year thing is dumb. Cause I don't even remember when Yuta was with the best friends. Well, not this year. Like I was like, when was that? When was that? Answer me, Sammy. When was that? Give me a date.
I don't know dates. Not for recent stuff. I would say January.
See? I don't even think it was January. I think it was way past that.
You know how many?
I don't remember when he joined Blackpool Combat Club exactly.
Look, January has been years ago at this point. So
it really feels like it. It really does.
Yeah, this list is quite. Let's see. I'll just kind of mention off some of these other names here. So as we keep going down, so number 6 is Cody Rhodes. Number 7 is Bryan Danielson. Now remember, this is before Cody Rhodes went out injured. So,
but even still, he should.
But it was also before he had his Hell in a Cell match too.
That's very true.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in like July, August.
Yeah, or August.
Trash.
Yeah. And then Bryan Danielson's one place below Cody Rhodes, which I'll never agree with that. I don't care what period of time it is.
I often disagree with the top 500. Like, I don't think I've had a year where I haven't disagreed with the placement of the top 20 since I had dial-up internet.
Yeah. Number 9 is Big E.
They never really get it right.
Which seems a little high for him because he's been out.
Because he had also missed like 4 months at that point.
A long time.
And even before he was hurt, they did a dope turn at the cursed angle of Brock Lesnar beating him for the title.
When did Big E get hurt?
Was it in like January?
Yeah, January or February. I mean,
it's been that long since
maybe
Big
it
E
hasn't
got
been that
hurt.
long.
I thought he got hurt around WrestleMania.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it was April or May.
No, I want to say March or February.
But he had definitely been out a couple months by the time that this list ended.
No doubt. And then let's see, Jonathan Gresham at 10, Shingo at Takagi at 11, Moxley at 12, which we already agreed was way too low. Matt Cardona at 13, above guys like MJF.
This would include the
16.
period of time when Shingo Takagi was the champion of New Japan.
Yeah. And then MJF at 16. I'm just going to some notables. Kenny Omega at 19. Moose
How come
above.
MJF is so much lower than Punk?
That's a really good question. Yeah, why is Punk at 3 and MJF at 16? Like, that doesn't seem right.
Because Neil Punk's the dollars and cents. He's trying so hard.
He had Eddie, and he had Hangman Page. Were those two feuds really enough to put him 3 while MJF is 16?
Well, to be fair, they both said you ain't.
This company already had $1 million, 1 million views, but I'm trying to bring in more, and people are not letting me do this. I don't understand. Like, I don't get this vision.
I'm just gonna be real and say that Eddie saying you ain't shit, Phil. You're never gonna be shit. You never does shit. I'm telling the people now that you ain't shit. You just ain't shit. You worse than ain't shit. You worse than ain't shit. Then my boy Blue is.
I like doing that.
Ain't shit. If we look up the definition of ain't shit, it was a picture with the crown and like lights going on. So that might have put him over. And then Hangman coming back and being like, "You ain't shit," and I gotta say the company from you and you don't know it, but you gonna show that you ain't shit. Super ain't shit.
So I have some questions for you guys. So I watch a fair amount of wrestling and I try to pay attention to a lot of it, but there's some guys on here that I don't know that maybe you guys might know. Do you guys know who AC Mack is?
Nope.
I know Willie Mack.
Yeah. No,
But
there's a
he's not
gentleman.
on the list.
There's a gentleman on this list at number 25 named AC Mack. He's a spot above Von Breaker and 2 spots above Will Ospreay. And I've never heard of him at number 25.
He's above Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
He is the first openly gay male wrestler to win a world title.
And
Oh.
what company though?
Yeah.
Independent Wrestling World Champion.
Interesting. Never heard of him.
Okay.
What about you guys ever heard of Jake
In
Lee?
2016.
What about a Jake Lee? He comes in at 34. Above Kevin Owens at 36 and Xavier Woods at 37. Or Eddie Kingston at 40. Who the hell is Jake Lee?
Booty Tay?
His name is Jake Lee.
Booty Tay?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Are you looking him up, CM?
Yeah, he wrestles in All Japan Pro Wrestling.
Interesting.
Not New Japan. All Japan.
All Japan.
Like-
Not New Japan. All Japan.
It's like, not Fruit Loops. Booty I'm sorry.
He's like a weird mixture of wrestling look. It's so weird.
You got a picture of him?
I'm just looking at like his. Yeah.
Show us a picture of him. Let's see.
Can you guys see that? I don't think you guys can. Hold on. It's like he had some of like Hangman mixed in with other people.
Like a Japanese hangman.
He kind of looks like that a little bit.
And I don't.
Yep.
see that.
Okay, so NWA America's Heavyweight Championship was considered a secondary title. So yes, he is the first.
Okay.
Okay.
So can we talk about the fact that Dax the Axe Harwood is number 101? Like, that's very
So
low.
close to
This
the
list is
100.
trash.
That's so low. Like, I know he's a tag team wrestler, but he's had some good singles matches in the last.
Who's
Him
number
versus-
6? Who's
him
number
versus
63?
Adam Cole
Who's
was the
number
best match of
69?
the
I don't think
Old
that.
Heart tournament. Period.
Number
I'm just naming a random number.
Finn Balor. Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
Number 6?
63.
Oh, 63.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, he's below Damian Priest. He's below
What?
Ricky Starks. He's below Ricochet, which, he's below Ray Phoenix.
I think
I'll
that
get some
includes
food.
time
Let's
that
get
he
some
had in
women.
NXT.
Okay.
He's below Takeshita.
Yeah, he's below Takeshita.
Although, to be fair, I think Takeshita should be higher up because of his AEW work.
He's below Kota Ibushi, who hasn't wrestled in a year. Seems like, when was the last time Kota Ibushi was even on TV or wrestling?
Free Kota Ibushi.
I'm getting me some food. I'm sorry.
I mean,
All right. So let's see. Anything else? Let's see. AJ Styles at 74, 2 spots
I don't
below
agree
Ilya.
with this list. I feel like the subset that actually voted in this is so small that the list is skewed heavily one way.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to know the criteria they're using, but I'd also like to know who the voters are. Is it just like the writers at fucking PW Pro Wrestling Illustrated, or is it actually like fans making these? Either way, I don't know.
but you have to remember the fans also read the magazine and they would likely share a similar opinion.
No doubt, no doubt. I guess my question is, especially in this day and age, like, what kind of circulation does that magazine even have? Like, what's it reaching? I mean, yes.
No, it's a very, very small one because I don't think this is.
I think it's mostly online now.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it's all online now. I mean, it's been around for a long time. I think it was
Is
the only one for a long time, but I think they do both print and online. But I think if you want it in print, you can still get it in print. It's been around since the 80s. It was like the only one to begin with. It's been around forever. But still, I mean, I'm sure its market has dwindled significantly. I mean, so, I guess, it's debatable. It'd be nice to know who actually is the voters on this. But I guess we can go ahead and move on to the women's list if we want, since we're already torn apart the men's list.
The women's list.
Unless anyone has any more comments on the men's list before we move on.
They need to redo that.
I mean, if you guys want to continue on talking about it, though, I can go smoke and be right back.
No. The women's list. The evaluation period was from October 1st, 2021 through September 15th, 2022. It is based on in-ring achievement, influence on the sport of promotion, technical ability, quality and breadth of competition, and activity with either a minimum of 10 matches or 6 matches with 1 match in each. Like if you had a match in each of the past 6 months during the eval period to qualify. Number 1 is Shirai or Shirai.
I think it's pronounced Shuri.
Shuri.
Or Shuri, or yeah.
2 is Bianca Belair. 3 is Thunder Rosa. 4 is Becky Lynch. 5 is Jade Cargill. 6 is Jordan Grace. 7 is Saya
Kamatani.
K. 8 is Charlotte Flair. 9 is Starlight Kid. And number 10 is Taya Valkyrie. I disagree with a vast majority of these.
I do too.
So me, 1 Bianca, 2 Jade, 3 Shuri.
So I'm going to be totally upfront. I don't know anything about Shuri. I've never seen her wrestle a match.
I recommend her match against Julia.
Okay. Yeah, I need to check it out.
I think these 2 are correct. I think those are possibly, for me, the only 2 out of the top 10 that are, well...
Which ones are correct?
Shuri, Bianca, and I will add Taya Valkyrie in there at number 10 as well. The rest, no, not for me.
Like, SP3 called Bianca the new Cena. I wouldn't go that far. Not even half that way, because I love watching Jade wrestle. Now, granted, her storyline don't make sense sometimes, but when she in that ring, I don't care. I really don't care. Bianca needs to win. Everything follows up to this point. I do not care. Bianca needs to win, and she puts on a performance every time. So her at number 1, I am all for. Period.
Here's something I'd like to say about Jade. The other day they had her on TV, all blue light up. She looked like a Smurf, and you know what? I was still completely captivated in what she was doing.
I love Jade, but I don't think, based off of like match, I don't really think she had like a feud that I would put her in the top 10 for. That is my only issue, because I want her, like, her feuds have not really been feuds. They've been like beefs.
Yeah, I mean, one of the criteria is quality of competition, and she hasn't had any. I wouldn't call any real competition. Not
like her versus Athena, aka Minerva.
Yeah, that was okay. She's wrestled Willow.
That was set up to be probably one of her biggest ones.
Right.
And then All Out.
I like the feud that she's in with Nyla. I think if she had more feuds like that, where, you know, Jade doesn't have to come off so serious all the time. Like, there's more, we're developing her as like a character while also developing other people.
Another thing I'd like to state is that this list literally encompasses Jade's entire career in AEW pretty much. Like, aside from like the Cody Rhodes Shaquille O'Neal match, like most of everything she's done is a part of this year's list here,
And I'll be quite honest with you.
before even winning the
First
title.
match,
Yeah.
I will say her first match was one of her better matches. I know that that is going to sound horrible, but she came out there and she was just jaw dragging Brandy. It looked good. I thought she was gonna beat Cody by her damn self. I was like, Cody, you better run, because she looked like she could smack you with her pinky and knock you out, bro. Like, I don't think you ready for this. I think for Jade, if she continues to develop enough, I think they might have to make a division like light heavyweight or something and have her in that as well, because eventually she's not going to be able to compete with the women believably. And it's going to be kind of like a ceiling where she has the potential to grow, but if they don't do something, it's not going to be good.
Totally
low
agree.
key, I'm pretty excited to actually see this Nyla Rose match coming up.
Right?
I think it's going to be really, really good, because Nyla is a good wrestler. She's a good talker. She's good all around. Jade is getting there as well. And Nyla just pulls something out of her opponents all the time. I'm sorry, but anybody that can say, surprise, bitch, and I like cake and violence, and everybody's like, yeah, I like cake and violence too.
Or just jumping a guardrail in someone else's storyline and just pushing a chick in. I'm like, you're just not even about you.
And they're just looking like, and just
Who's
giving up.
next?
The part of me that just wants to see the world burn kind of wants Nyla to win.
I'm with you, just because I want to see what would happen if Jade loses, and that would not be a horrible person to lose to, because Nyla is a former champion. She is somebody that has and can pick up major wins. I would love to see it, but for me,
Probably the only woman on the roster that can outpower Jade.
Yeah, or at least match power for sure.
well, Layla Hirsch isn't there, but Layla Hirsch, for her size, was also beast mode.
Also, the Alien.
Yeah,
Chris Stanley.
Chris Statlander.
And Jamie Hayter. They're all
So
pretty strong.
let's talk about Jamie Hayter.
Jamie can lift.
Let's talk about Jamie Hayter, because she's number 64 on this list, which seems very, very low. She's behind a lot of people
That is
that
very
I'm
low.
How long has she been with AEW?
But she was in the British Indies too.
Yeah, I mean, she's been around for a while. I guess. I think what's hindering her is that she's basically been Britt's sidekick and hasn't done a whole lot of stuff for herself.
Like her biggest moments have been here in like the last couple weeks before they end the list and after the list ended.
Yeah, or right at the very end of the list. So.
But you also have somebody like 2D Lynn at 63, while you have somebody like JC Jane at 49.
Mm-hmm.
You have a Rhea Ripley. You have Rhea Ripley at 42, but you have Britt Baker at 13.
JC Jane's been tag champion for forever.
So here's really weird. Like, if someone was asking me to make a list of the top 10 women's wrestlers in the world right now, I think Britt would be outside the list. But when I read this list and I read the top 10, not seeing her name there struck me, like it registered in my head. Oh, Britt's not on that list. She's not on there until 12 or 13. That seems kind of low. So I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of in a weird spot with Britt Baker. Like, I don't know.
So question.
I don't
50. Maybe. No, because what influence has she really had? Like, let's be real and let's be honest. Her influence has been very negative. The whole sandbagging thing.
That's her legacy. She got Thunder Rosa off television.
It's too much. Like, when I'm thinking like women's wrestlers, like I'm looking and I'm seeing like Julia lower than some of these people, and I'm like, for why?
Julia Hart?
I didn't know who she was. I looked her up, and now I'm just like, oh, I want to watch her more. Like, Serena Deeb is 77. Chelsea Green is 75.
Yeah, well, Ronda Rousey's number 18. Like,
we don't talk about that. Listen,
I'm just saying that's way too high for Ronda.
Lady Frost is 107. Lady Frost has consistently put on good to great matches since she came back on the scene this year.
Yep. Yeah. No, I mean Sasha Banks at 26, which I mean, given that she's been gone for a while, seems kind of high, but for her that's low. I mean
She wasn't gone that long.
Right, exactly.
This time span, no.
Yeah.
Just like looking at some of these things, I'm just like,
And you know, don't get me wrong, I really like Willow, but I'm a little surprised to see Willow 2 spots above Rhea. I mean, I think that I really enjoy Willow, but I just think
Willow has also had a lot of really good matches in the Indies and like GCW and places like that. People
thinking a lot of ROH matches she has had with the last physical year.
Like, so the comparison for me is like, well, there you go, Black Panther and the Sea Lady winning both in the Oscars, right? It's like one. I know Black Panther. If you give me a award for Black Panther, I'm all for it. But what's the Sea Lady? What movie is this? Now, if it's a good movie, I'm glad it's getting recognition. But to a point, I think it should be more people. Like, our eyes on the product should be a bigger influence on this list. No offense. Like I get hide the women up that I don't know about, but don't have them to a point where it's like top 10. I'm like, okay, who is that? Like top 10 should not be anybody I don't know, in my opinion. Sorry.
Yeah. I feel that it's a thing that you have to juggle when doing a list like this.
Right?
I mean, they got Io Sky at 126. They got Dakota Kai at 119. Alexa Bliss at 117. I mean, I know that these guys haven't been.
To be fair, I hadn't been watching NXT, so I don't know how Io Sky was being used.
Yeah,
it was decent. It was decent. It was decent enough where my boo HBK was like, "All right, look here," because like Jay was getting the push, right? But at some point in time, I think we all had to come to Jesus moment where it's like, look here, baby. We love you. Your look is fine, but you are not ready. So this match between you and Mandy, we're gonna make it a 4-way. We're gonna put Io in there, and we're gonna put Alba Fire in there, just so you don't look as green as you are. Okay. So they use Io when appropriately. Should she have lost to Mandy? No, but she did not get pinned. So there it is.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely Shayna Baszler.
And she was tag team champion with homie Zoe Starks.
I'm gonna say it like this: PWI, you missed the mark a lot.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, to be fair, I'm not familiar with all these people. Like I said, I need to see Shuri. I have never seen Saya Kamatani. I don't know anything about Starlight Kid. So a lot of the foreign wrestlers I don't know anything about. Masha Slamovich at 14, who's never won a title, seems a little high. What kind of influence has she had on anything? She's
Masha. Hold up, pause. I know you're not talking about Masha Slamovich.
Yeah.
We know that she is coming to slam a bitch. And the question is, how quickly is she going to slam them?
No. I like her, and I think she's up and coming. But to be 14 on this list, though, like.
I mean, but she got influence. She
really? Who's she influencing?
I know that if she's she's having a match, she's going to slam a bitch. The question is, how big of a match is it going to be? Because she's had some good matches where she did not slam them until later.
So to be fair, NWA isn't the greatest thing in the world, but their women's division isn't terrible. And Camille has wrestled a lot of really good matches, and she's held that women's title in NWA for during this period of time. And she's below Masha Slamovich on this list. That's not right. She's 23.
No, because Camille has the personality of a bag of rocks at the bottom of a lake that's been buried for decades. That's not
that bad. She's gotten a lot better. It's not that bad.
Not talking was the best part of her gimmick because
man,
she She is plainer than plain cornflakes. She is plainer than plain Jane. She is plainer than vanilla yogurt. She's just plain. She is plainer
Vanilla yogurt?
than
That even Greek yogurt? Just plain
not
yogurt?
Not even Greek
Greek
yogurt.
yogurt has a twang to it. She is plain. She is plain. Like she is a flat plane. Like her ass when she tried to toot it up. Plain.
You know, I want to bring something up that's off topic.
Yeah.
So I heard that Bow Wow was calling out
Hold up. You skipped
the
a
daddy
segment.
napper and then was trying to pick up Jade.
You are skipping a segment. You cannot take my segment name.
Oh yeah. Okay. Hold on. That's her clown of the week,
Yep.
I'm sure. So relax.
I
We'll
think
get there.
look, because it gets worse, and I loved about. Before we get to the Black Wrestlers, I'm gonna just go ahead and do this now, bruh. I saw it. I don't think I've laughed that hard in like weeks. Bow Wow, Shad Gregory Moss. We loved you as children, boo. But this is like the second or third time you done got roasted by somebody. Bro, she said you can't afford her. You can't afford to breathe her air, bro. And you got all your little friends hyping you up on Shade Room talking about she ain't John Cena left, but she ain't gonna take a left. Bro, she got more money than him. She does wrestling for fun. You came at Jay Cargill and you thought that you could talk to her, Bow Wow. But Bow Wow, you are reaching Disco Inferno levels of stupidity. You don't go full Disco Inferno, Bow Wow. You don't go full Disco Inferno, and you going full Disco Inferno. You at Vince Russo right now. Don't hit Disco Inferno. You just Bow Wow. There are times where you just need to let Soulja Boy handle his own business and get roasted by wrestlers on his own. And that was the time. That was the place. Just unplug for a little while, Bow Wow. Just unplug because it was sad. My childhood died a little bit more than it needed to last night. It ain't even a wolf. It's that that the dogs let out before you know it dies. He's reaching Old Yeller right now. You know when Old Yeller, you just felt bad for him and you wanted to take him out behind the woodshed and just give him peace. By the way, that's what you're reaching. Your desperation has no bounds. Your thirst is limitless. But then again, you were thirsting over Masika, and we saw her feet on Love and Hip Hop. So I'm just saying, Bow Wow, your tax bracket. Don't try to date above it. And then you won't get roasted. You won't get roasted if you stay in your tax bracket. And you know, I got a feeling our tax brackets aren't that different, Bow Wow. You know, you ain't got no money, Bow Wow. I'm gonna just start out for you. You do without us, you go. You do without us, you go. All right. So we gotta hop into our Black Wrestlers top 500.
Wait. CM. This CM to Bow Wow. I'm sorry. I love you.
Before we jump on, I think when Sammy comes back, he had something he wanted to say too.
He was talking about Bow Wow. I don't think I love Bow Wow. I have pictures of Bow Wow. I had, you know, back in the day when you couldn't, like, before the stretchy book covers came around and you would get like the pictures. I had Bow Wow up there and I had like put like some type of shield on my thing so that my books wouldn't get messed up, but I could also look at Bow Wow with y'all little hearts. I just knew that I was gonna be Mrs. C. Mom. That was gonna be my
Like Mike, what's that movie?
I swore he could play ball. I swore he was doing his own stunts. I was that delusional girl. I was the one who was mad at Sierra. I was the one to let me hold you. I was doing all of that. I stood by his side as he did all the clownery.
I'm honestly not mad at him. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
And
Like
he missed that one. And he deserved to. He
maybe
was
so, but
the shots, and then
maybe so, but
Steph Curry. She on the
tried.
free throw off the benches.
I mean,
She
to be
tried
fair,
so hard to be nice to him, but he just kept going. And when she told him, like, you can't sit with us, he was like, yes, I can't. Like, dummy, she was just Google her and Google yourself. And if you Google yourself and her net worth is like multiple times more than yours, you should just hold yourself down over there in the corner.
You would think you would
Is it multiple times more?
he was trying to pull a Nick Cannon. Give the man a break.
4 million. He's worth 1 million.
You ain't gonna do Nick Cannon like that. Nick Cannon got 5 jobs to be having 400.
Nick Cannon got 11 kids.
But he got jobs to support the babies.
Nick Cannon doesn't even need to work. Nick Cannon is actually pretty rich without.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Like
But-
Bow Wow should have.
But he ain't Mariah Carey rich.
He ain't right.
He ain't gonna stop.
After that whole.
We're not gonna get into how Nick Cannon's family got their money. Just know that Nick Cannon was able to buy parts of Nickelodeon.
Yep.
Reason, but also Nick Cannon ain't out here. Nick Cannon pulled Mariah Carey. He pulled the Queen of Christmas. We are in her season right now. Bow Wow can't even afford to tweet.
Nick Cannon ain't faking like he on $100 jet and then going on Southwest that next couple of hours.
Nick Cannon ain't over here talking about they don't even recognize me, as these little kids is looking around like, what's a Bow Wow?
What's a Bow Wow? Sammy, did you sound like you had something you wanted to say on this note before we move on?
I forgot.
I ain't never in my life been so ashamed for somebody else. Never.
And all this because of the daddy napper.
The daddy napper.
Moving on.
Moving right along.
Is that not where we're calling Swerve?
I can name several. I can name the albums. I can sing the songs. I can rap all his parts.
I think they like me.
I was saying that this all started because he was trying to pick a fight with Swerve, wasn't he?
What I remember, because I think it started. Hold on, I'm gonna double check. But I think it started because Jade had responded to somebody who was talking about Marina's Shafir sucking.
Okay.
And because that person ain't shit.
I don't know who said it, but
JD from
I'm not a big fan of Marina, so I'm not going to be defending her.
I just want the beat to drop on her theme song. Can we just get that done? After the violin, the beat drop. She will be 10 times better. Just someone get the track and let the
Someone
beat
drop
drop.
that beat.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
So going back to the whole Swerve napping, how is this supposed to end?
I don't know.
Like, he kidnaps Daddy Ass.
Well, Daddy has a birthday celebration tomorrow.
Do you go to prison for daddy napping? I've never daddy napped.
Does he find do Acclaim find Daddy Ass and then it's just over? I don't understand this scenario.
I mean, I assume it ends with scissors in some way.
I'm not sure that Tony Khan knows how it ends at this point.
Oh
Moving on.
Moving on to Rightous Reg's top, or Rightous Reg's I guess, 500 Black Wrestlers list. I'm not sure. I assume it's supposed to be top. I mean, that's yes, obviously. Um, and oh shoot, I just lost it here. Let's see. Of course, now it's all small. Number one, he has Bianca Belair.
Of course.
And number two, he's got Swerve Strickland.
The daddy napper himself.
Number three, Bobby Lashley. Number four, Carmelo Hayes. Number five, Jonathan Gresham. Number six, Ricky Starks. Number seven, Jade Cargill. Number eight, the infamous AC Mack. Number nine, Big E. And number 10, frontman Jaw C. So some of these guys, again, I'm not familiar with. I don't know AC Mack, and I don't know frontman Jaw C.
I would definitely place Big E with Keith Lee. Like hands down. Let's do that switch. Because Keith Lee is Swerve in Our Glory versus Powerhouse Rampage, period. So like he didn't get top 10 just for that by itself.
Yeah, I'm trying to look to see where Keith Lee even is on this list.
I think he made top 20. I think around 13.
I'm trying to see here. Let's see. Number 11 is Trish Adora. Number 12 is Powerhouse Hobbs. Number 13 is Fred Yehi. Number 14 is Lee Moriarty. Number 15 is Brian Keith. Number 16 is Hot Fire Myron Reed.
Keith Lee is number 36.
Okay,
what? There you go. Yeah, there you go. So
no.
I will also say, having watched some of the Terminus shows, that is Terminus has a lot of these folks on it, and it's really good. I will always say, go out of your way to look at it. No, Blue, he did not make top 10.
Keith Lee only wrestled half the year, so
But
understand.
Still,
so I'm a little. I don't know exactly what Reg's criteria is. Reg doesn't work with PW Insider. This is his own independent list, kind of like because of the lack of representation in general in wrestling. So I'm not totally sure what his criteria is or what the actual date range is for his list.
I'm of the mind it's hard to put somebody in the top 20 if they've only done half the work.
But okay, so Ricky Starks is what number?
Ricky Starks is number 6.
Number 6. So who is Ricky Starks facing this whole time? Keith Lee and Swerve. So case in point, Keith Lee should be on top 10. It was Keith Lee, Swerve, Ricky Starks, and Powerhouse Hobbs. They own the nigga hoe. It was Rampage was the nigga show. Let's call it spade. So all 4 of them should be in the top 10. Period.
To be fair, Rightous Reg did say the numbers are just numbers. The rankings don't matter. It's the celebration of a massive amount of talent, and he purposefully does put newer names up there so that people will watch more of these folks. I would say that one.
So it's not technically a ranking. He's not saying Bianca Belair
I
is
hear
the
that.
best. He's
No.
just saying,
but
He's
also
like, shout out to these people, and here's a list.
Yeah.
So also, Blue, if we're looking at the whole of 2022, it depends on when we start the criteria. Because Ricochet for a while didn't know that he was black. He was like, I'm not black, I'm Ricochet.
But they do have him at 34 on this list, 2 spots above Keith Lee, which seems again. But again, you got to remember what CM just said. Rightous Reg. It's not actually in order per se. It's just these are 500 Black wrestlers you should watch.
But it is in order per se.
But by default, it is in order here to a certain extent.
Okay,
Yeah.
put some new people in, but it's Ricochet over Keith Lee.
Yes. Look in that time frame. Yes. Like, let's be real and let's be honest.
Intercontinental champion Ricochet.
He's wrestled more. He's done more. He's been on stage more. Like, I love Keith Lee. Keith Lee is amazing. Keith Lee is how I aspire to be when I write my papers. However, the good bruh missed a lot of time through no fault of his own. Like, take care of your health first, good sir. And Ricochet had more matches.
No. Okay, so you said Ricochet was IC champion, right? Before he lost to Walter, what was one of his opponents? Anybody.
I don't know, but I hear somebody yelling in the background.
Vicky Guerrero coming out wearing a flannel shirt like it's a dress. Vicky Guerrero.
I have a lot of questions about Vicky Guerrero.
A different
On Dark.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
different
I'm watching Dark.
Real quick, just while we're talking about this, I was very surprised on
Nyla
Dark.
looks good with that title. I'm
Since
just
you're
saying.
watching Dark, they had Jade Cargill squash Trish Adora on Dark, which really kind of bothered me because Trish Adora is a really good
Holy
wrestler.
shit!
And I like Jade Cargill, but
Jade is pissed off. Jade is angry. Jade is out on another DC native, which Nyla Rose is as well. So it makes sense.
In the words of Alex from Sour Graps, you have other jobbers.
Thank you.
Blue Pants just came out dressed like a anime character.
Who?
Blue Pants.
Yeah.
The librarian.
Leva Bates is her name, and she likes to do cosplay.
I haven't seen her in forever.
She's
popped.
behind
I
the
popped.
scenes.
Dark made me pop.
Hoodfoot
Surprise
is
return.
Blue Hoodfoot is on Reg's list at number 42. With the best name in wrestling, Hoodfoot.
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 That's good.
I pray that whole situation gets better. Yes, the IC title wasn't on pay-per-view, but that was not Ricochet's fault. That was because Vince forgot that he had that belt because he wanted. Never mind. Not touching that part.
I'm just saying, y'all. This whole thing about Ricochet before Keith Lee. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and if you're going to, if your contention is that that there's no order on this, then why are some of these guys not together that are together? Like, why is Montez Ford on this list, but I don't see Montez Ford is here at number 27, but where's his partner whose name I'm
But also
D'Angelo. Go ahead. Angelo
Dawkins has had individual matches that have been better than some of the tag matches they've had.
Which is fine, but we just got done saying that Reg has said that this isn't an order list. It's just a list of people, whatever. So Montez Ford. I mean, if you're thinking about people together, you would think of Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins together as a tag team.
People work together.
Why not just put them on the list in the same spot together? If
it's not the Street Profits, it's Montez Ford.
So where's Angelo Dawkins on the list?
That's a good question. I haven't even caught him yet. But
when does the list of tag teams come out?
I don't know. I don't know if they're even doing a list of tag teams.
Now that would be interesting.
That I don't know. I'm not sure that anyone does a list of tag teams, honestly.
And I think they mix male and female. They do tag teams, but I think they mix the male and female tag teams.
Okay, who does? PWI does one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it PWI or one?
That I don't know.
I don't know. Booty tag?
One, the Wrestling Observer newsletter.
I'm still trying to find Angelo Dawkins on here. So I don't know. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if indeed this list doesn't have any order like Red says, then it's fine.
Last year's list came out December 2nd, so looks like it's going to come out in a month.
The tag team list?
Oh, God, don't say that.
No!
It's almost December. Right?
Oh, my God.
Has some good matches here. I agree.
I want to be 32. Shit.
Blue says Street Profits versus Starks and Hobbs is a fantasy match.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
Any other comments on any of these three lists?
You guys are trash.
I agree with the Black Wresltlers list more, especially knowing that it's not in any real particular order. I find that I have far less people that I want to replace in that list than PWI. PWI, I feel like it's so heavily skewed one way.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
These are trash.
Yeah.
A good way to say, this is all subjective.
No doubt.
It's all subjective.
It is.
So
Angelo
Julia-
Dawkins is number 47.
Okay. Yeah. And Montez Ford is like 24. So again, I mean, if we're not, if it's not a ranking, then it is what it is. But if it's a ranking, then yeah. I mean, Montez Ford has more potential probably than Angelo Dawkins, but it's not like Montez Ford has had a great singles run that
It shouldn't
would
be
put
like
him
that,
that much
like-
higher. Like, I mean,
He's had better singles matches than Angelo Dawkins. Like, I will go out of my way to watch some Angelo Dawkins matches, but Montez Ford, when he's by himself, is a star. He
I
also
agree.
cut promos better. He's also far more believable. He survived the NXT parking lot by himself before. So,
no, I mean, I agree with all that. I guess I'm just struggling to remember, and to be fair, I don't remember anything, but I'm struggling to remember a Montez Ford singles match that really stood out. He stood out for me in a lot of the tag matches where you're like, damn, he's clearly the better wrestler, but I can't remember like a real standout
not even
Montez
the match with
Ford
Roman.
singles match. That was a good match. You're right. Yes, that was a
I'll
good match.
do him versus
I'll give that.
Seth this year. That was decent. Although it didn't go anywhere.
I'd have to watch that again.
Storyline, it didn't go anywhere, but it was a good match.
It should have went somewhere. Maybe when Becky comes back, that is actually an intergender match I would love to see. Although I maintain Bianca could probably beat all of them by herself.
Side note, this was like pandemic era, but it was Street Profits and Bianca versus the Dirty Dogs and Bailey. And for some reason, I don't know what happened, but Dolph Ziggler and Bianca had this face-off where they was riling each other up. Like they were supposed to do something. And I'm like,
because Dolph Ziggler thinks that he has an inner black woman.
I don't know where it came from, but I still want to see that. I want Bianca to win, but I need to see that.
I really want to see it if Bianca gets, bench pressing.
Exactly.
Right. Homework for tonight. Everyone, just type into YouTube Shuri versus Julia Stardom.
We'll do.
I have to look at the list, Blue. I'm not totally sure. Somehow I don't think D'Lo Brown made the list, but
I'm not looking up for no damn D'Lo Brown, Blue.
I'll forward you the list, Blue, and you can look at it yourself.
You just trying to be petty, Blue. Actually, it's in the Discord, Blue.
I was just gonna say,
blow it up.
It is. It's in the Discord.
I've said before, I'll say it again. I'm a big fan of Julia. I think one day she will go to the States and be big here.
She
bigger than she is over there.
Like Takeshita did. I think that would be really good for her. Like
I think she'd translate well.
I think when we get to see her, get to know her, kind of like I want her and Lulu Pencil to both come over and wrestle more. Because it's like they have the personalities, they have the capabilities. We just need to see them before they are like stars, like big stars in Japan. So that when they have that big star in Japan, it also blows up here as well.
I'm sorry, did you say Boo Boo Pencil?
Lulu.
Oh, Lulu Pencil.
Oh, I forgot. You didn't watch like Darker Elevation. She was with like Amy Sakura or whatever. And like when Eddie Kingston would be on commentary or when he'd ever be on vlogs and she would be on AEW, he'd be like, "Where's Lulu? I want to see Lulu Pencil. She's so awesome." And it was just like, oh, Eddie does.
Yeah, somehow I must have missed that because I do watch Dark Elevation most of the time. So that's weird.
It was early. It was early in the year. She kind of reminded me of the girl from Kill Bill. Like she looked so innocent, but there was also an air of "I might kill you."
And will.
Speaking of Dark and Dark Elevation and women on their shows, Emi Sakura is always on their shows and she's overlooked. She should be on Dynamite or Rampage on a regular basis. She's so good. I know she's older, which is probably why she's not, but still, I think she should be getting a bigger push.
We should also all watch Dark and Dark Elevation because
No doubt.
bomb ass matches.
I feel one thing is I feel Amy translates way better live than on TV.
Yeah,
Like when you're there live, love Amy.
I'll try. We'll see.
If you can make it to a live one and you see like Amy, you will see like why people really like her. I don't know. There are some people that translate way better in person than they do on tape, and I don't understand how it works.
Anybody else got anything to comment on these lists other than they're trash?
If not, if opinions are like assholes, everyone has one. Bow Wow ain't shit, and he needs to stop going Disco Inferno levels. Swerve, if you instead of daddy napping, go Bow Wow hunting, and you know.
Yes.
All right, Miss CM, you want to take us out?
Sammy, you got anything to say?
Yeah, that's what's been cooking in the world of wrestling.
Sammy, are you feeling oozy?
Very oozy.
You didn't have to say it like that.
Very oozy.
Okay, stop. You can catch the 4 of us. You can catch the 4 of us on Friday, and we will be watching AEW Rampage for our live watch along. It will start at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned, subscribe, like, share, comment, because there might be other things that go up during the week that we let you all know about. Pay attention to our Facebook group as well as our Twitter. Both of those are our names. Can't really kind of miss us because we're so awesome. But yeah, that's it. That's all. We will see you on Friday. Peace, guys.
Peace.
Cheers.
Bye.